Your weapon is guilt, or Jenny, whichever one you want to call me. And I'm doing a Q&A video because, well, let's face it, I'm bored, and I need something to do. Our first question comes from My Star is Fading, who asks for my favorite book and my favorite movie. I'd say my favorite book is probably a tie between The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald and The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath. Great Gatsby because I'm a hopeless romantic and I'm from Long Island, and Bell Jar because, well, just look at me. My favorite movie? That changes a lot. Right now, it's probably No Country for Old Men, just because it's just so bizarre. And, yet again, look at me. You know. I think that was probably the one movie where I think the movie was better than the book. The book took me a while to get through, but that's probably Cormac McCarthy, but whatever. I Shit and I Stink asks, did you get the questions I asked you? Yes, I did. I'll be answering those a little bit later. Let's see. Push the Button asks, when do you think music died, or do you think it's still alive and kicking? I like to make the joke that music fell into a coma on April 5th of 1994, and then succumbed to the coma and died on April 5th of 2002. But no. I still think that music is quite a bit alive. Bands like Queens of the Stone Age and Mastodon and the Mars Volta are definitely keeping rock alive. And there are a lot of really good acts today, like St. Vincent, who I absolutely adore. Arcade Fire is pretty good, even if their label is super hipster. And hey, Pearl Jam and Soundgarden and Alice in Chains are all working on new albums. I'd say music is still alive. I do kind of agree that with that little gif that goes around of Dave Grohl saying, where'd all the rock bands go? Because, yeah, it doesn't feel like anybody has really just kind of punched music in the face like it needs to be every so often. I think the closest would be the Mars Volta. Maybe Arcade Fire, just because of how popular they are. But, maybe you'll be my band. Maybe it'll be your band. Who knows? And Push the Button also asks, if you were locked in a room with 3 people for 24 hours, who would it be and why? That's a tough question, because I never know how to answer these. Do I take the obvious route and go with, Chris Cornell, Eddie Vedder, and Annie Clark, and just get action all the time? I really can't think of anyone better, so let's just go with those 3. Great. So, final questions. Favorite Pearl Jam song or songs? Jesus. I would say Tremor Christ, Go, Parachutes, and Garden. Because, let's face it, I'm entry level as balls, and they just sound so good. Have you listened to Tremor Christ lately? After this video, listen to Tremor Christ. No, pause this video, listen to Tremor Christ, and come back. Let's pretend you did just that. Because isn't it fantastic? Yes, it's fantastic. And why are they my favorite songs? Because they're fantastic. And favorite author and books, whatever. Favorite author would be, I like Sylvia Plath a lot. I'm somewhere in the middle of Ariel, and that's just really, really good. I still have to get it back from DC, because all my stuff's in DC. Yeah. Okay. Anonymous person saying they'll spam me with questions. How old are you? I'm 18 years and 3 months old, because my birthday's August 2nd. What's your sexuality? I identify as pansexual. What's your gender? I identify as genderqueer. More specifically, more like around the bi-gender side. Because I'm a girl, but, I feel quite a bit like a boy, too. It's kind of why I got this haircut. Why I gave myself this haircut. I was trying to be Mark Lanigan. Now I look like the girl from Homestuck. Are you single? Yes, I am single. Unfortunately. What are your fandoms? Just music and grunge. Like, I don't know if that's supposed to ask, like, if I ship anyone, because, yeah, unfortunately, I'm one of those people that ships. Because I ship Chris and Eddie, I ship Chris and Andy, and then when it comes to Metallica, I ship James and Lars. I'm trying to think if there are any important other fandoms. Nope. Let's see. I shit and I stink. These are the ones that she meant to ask also. Unicorn or mermaid, if I could have one or be one. I would want to be a mermaid just because I really like to go swimming, and I actually did have a dream a few days ago that I was a mermaid, and I almost got caught and probably was gonna get killed. Whatever. Okay. Favorite dwarf out of Snow White? Gee, I guess I'll just have to say Dopey. Just because. Plus he played drums. And if I could have a name that was an emotion, what would you pick? Let's see. I'd go with Randy, just because that'd be hilarious to watch. Last thing I bought. Just a second, I'll show you the last thing I bought. I bought a dress. I'm not going to put it on because that'll take way too long. If you could live anywhere in the world, where? I want to go back to Washington, D.C. I made so many good friends up there, and, you know, there were good concerts and good transportation, and did I mention the people? Because yes. Aside from that, I guess maybe, like, New York City or Seattle. People say that Seattle's overrated and it's nothing like the way it used to be. But I have to try. You know, I've been getting the inkling to go there since I was 8. You know, that was before I even liked grunge, so I have to look. If you could use any method of transportation, which one? Okay, I'd want to be able to fly. Like Superman. Favorite Eddie Vedder song? Oh god, oh god, oh god, it's gotta be Tonight You Belong to Me. If I had my ukulele, I would try and play it, but just, I just keep making this stupid face when I think of it. Oh god, yeah, Tonight You Belong to Me. What was the last song you listened to? I think it was Where the Red Fern Grows by Sonic Youth, if you don't count how I had Plush in the background a little while ago. Top 5 albums. Ugh. Okay, Demon Days by Gorillaz is just like the album that started everything for me. I'm just gonna do top 5 of right now, not of all time. Fever Ray by Fever Ray, because that album's just constantly playing, and like, I've got like 40-something plays of Coconut, because Coconut is just the best song. Then Cryptomnesia by Grupo Nuevo de Omar Rodriguez Lopez, because it's basically the Mars Volta album that never was. Let's see. Other two. Arrows and Anchors by Fair to Midland, and Strange Mercy by St. Vincent. The saddest movie you've ever seen? You know, probably WALL-E. You know, I almost cried during WALL-E, and I really should have. It was just commercial breaks that kept me from crying. Although, sad confession, I cried during The Princess Bride when I was 7. When they're hooking the prince up to that torture rack and they take like 50 years from his life, I started bawling. We had to turn the movie off. Let's see. And did my last tooth fall out? Actually, I think all my teeth fell out before I reached middle school, so yeah. That's all I've got. Favorite type of pasta? Anonymous person asks. I really don't discriminate, just whatever kind of pasta is there. Although, I don't know if it counts as pasta, but I really like rice. You know, we have rice way too often in this family, and I love it. Okay. Swords and Arrow asks, I've just got to say once again that you're beautiful, and I really hope that one day you can visit Vancouver. You're so sweet. And for a question, what do you want to do job-wise when the time comes? Be a musician. That's all I can think of doing. That's all I want to do. I really just can't think of anything else. So yeah, thanks for putting up with my face for, holy shit, 10 minutes. And, see ya.